Discovery have dropped the Netball World Cup set to begin on the 28th of July in Cape Town as the headline sponsor. With the Netball World Cup Trophy Tour finally arriving in the Western Cape last week, the group and its associated entity, Vitality, will no longer be the headline sponsor of the first Netball World Cup on the continent. The sponsorship announcement was made in February amid much fanfare and has since turned sour. Discovery, in a statement, said that it was their intention to be title sponsors. However, regrettably, following negotiation, we were unable to reach a mutually agreeable partnership. Discovery is therefore focusing on its support for netball on the national teams in South Africa and England, namely the Proteas and the Vitality Roses. For more on this, Priscilla Masisi, the Tournament Director for the Netball World Cup, joins us now. Very good evening and welcome to Newzroom Afrika. Priscilla, how were Vitality and Discovery announced as headline sponsors in February and put on all the branding when it was merely an intention, as Discovery says?
Yes, it's true, it was an intention, but after agreement with World Netball and the NWC 2023, including Vitality in the UK and Discovery here, it was decided that it was a strategic decision that was taken by the organizations that Discovery should focus on the supporting the team, which is the Spar Proteas, and the Vitality will focus on supporting the Roses, the England team.
Surely
so that was a strategic decision that was taken, that let them rather focus their support into the national teams that they are supporting, so that we can make sure that we've got strong teams that also have a strong support by both brands.
Surely the negotiation should have happened before they were announced as the headline sponsor and we started calling it the Vitality Netball World Cup for the last 3 months.
Yes, it should have. We should have done that before. But looking at also the financial implications on both brands, that they're supporting the tournament and also those two teams, it was going to be financially straining. So hence the decision was taken that they let them rather focus on the teams, because they will have a longer term relationship with those two national teams.
You mentioned finances for Discovery. What about the Netball World Cup Organizing Committee? You guys have got so much branding with Vitality on it.
It was not a lot of branding that we have produced, and fortunately, it was only a few brandings that we did. So we also looked at the cost implications as to what will it mean for us if we do change that. But we realized that it was not going to be much of a financial strain, because it was not much that we have already produced.
This can't be good for the Netball World Cup. There's been so much goodwill and excitement around this, especially for this women's sporting events. This is certainly not something you need 3 weeks from the start of the tournaments. Could anything have been done?
No, we are excited. We do have other sponsors that are coming on board. We will be announcing new sponsors, about 4 or 5 of them, just before the World Cup starts, that we've signed up with. In terms of finances, then we are standing good because of those new sponsorships that we've signed. So hence we had to make that decision. But in terms of financial constraint, there are many sponsors that we've signed. Like I'm saying, before the start of the event, we will be making a huge announcement on about 5 new sponsors that we've signed up with.
Has the Netball World Cup 2023 got a new headline sponsor?
No, not yet. We will announce soon. We will make that announcement. One of the 5 sponsors that I'm talking about, we will make the announcement before the World Cup starts.
Are we looking at having a new headline sponsor, though?
I won't talk now. That's what I'm saying. Wait. We are going to make an announcement soon. But also now that the tournament is just almost here, we are making good way with the preparations. We are starting with our load-in on Friday the 14th, and England is also landing. The first team to arrive will be England, which is landing on the 14th, followed by Jamaica, which will arrive on the 16th. So the preparation are well ahead, and we are looking forward to welcoming the 16 teams that are coming.
What do you have to say to those that say this mess as they say, with a headline sponsor dropping the tournament 3 weeks beforehand, is down to bad management within the organizing committee?
No, we're not dropped. Like I'm saying, it was a mutual decision that was taken. It's a strategic decision that was taken by World Netball, NWC 2023, and Vitality and Discover with our partners. We were not dropped. Because Vitality is still involved, like I'm saying, they are focusing on the Roses, the England team, and Discover is still involved with the Spa Proteas. They are a wellness partner of the Spa Proteas.
How is the organization going for the event? Are you guys on track for welcoming the rest of the world?
We are on track. Like I said, we are starting with our load-in. As you know, the CTICC is just an empty shell. We are loading in the seats on from the 14th, both on CTICC 1 and CTICC 2. Then next, after we've loaded in the seats, we'll do the rigging. Then the floors will come in. So we are on track. And on the 19th, we're expecting SuperSport to also come in and lay on their cables. So everything is on track. And like I said, the teams are also arriving. England will be landing on the 14th on a Friday, and Jamaica will land on the 16th. So all teams are on track. Everything is on track. We are looking forward to welcoming the 16 teams into the country. And also in terms of the security cluster, they are all ready to welcome the 16 teams. So everything is on track, and we are ready.
Priscilla, you'll excuse me for going back to the fact that the tournament no longer has a headline sponsor. It certainly came as shock news for a lot of people that have been very excited about the Netball World Cup. Discovery say that they were unable to reach a mutually agreeable partnership. What were Vitality asking for that the Netball World Cup couldn't give?
No, like I've already stated that it was a mutual agreement. So there was no disagreement or unreasonable. I'm not sure what they're talking about. I cannot speak on their behalf. But there was nothing like that there's a disagreement. It's a mutual agreement that we took, all of us, that strategically let them focus on the partnership with the teams, because that will be a long-term partnership. Unlike for supporting the event, which is only going to be for 10 days, thereafter the event is final. So we all agree that let's focus on the teams, because there they've got 4 or 5 years partnership with those teams.
Priscilla Masisi.
And the impact will be actually very huge on the teams than on the tournament.
Priscilla Masisi is the tournament director of the Netball World Cup 2023. Thank you so much for your time here on Newzroom Afrika.